name's Andrew J. I'm the director of the Massachusetts Oyster Project. Here you can see the first of several stations designed to facilitate the workflow process. What we have here is a team of volunteers. Our organization is all volunteer. They're measuring the oysters. And the purpose of this is that we take a sample of the oysters, we measure their size, so then what we can do is track their growth over the subsequent years. The second station you see here, this station is where we're placing the oysters into what we call cages. They're actually PVC tubes around mesh. The mesh allows water to flow freely around the oysters, and each one of them is numbered. So now we can track the number of oysters in each mesh bag, in each cage. Using those cages, then we place those in the water tied together in groups. This now, when we get to the stage where the divers are placing them in the water, the divers will track where they are because they're numbered, and then in subsequent dives we can go down and say, in cage 51, or we have, for example, 150 oysters were placed in it, 130 are still alive. And periodically we'll pull out a cage and measure the oysters, and we can say we've seen growth of this much in terms of size over that period of time.
I got involved with the project about a year ago as a diver and a coordinator of activities such as this event we're doing today. We spend a lot of time in the water here in the harbor. I have a lot of friends who ask me, well, what's it like under there? Is it safe? I've been doing this for a while. The water's actually pretty clean. There's a lot of sediment, a lot of silt, and that's one of the reasons we're putting the oysters back in here. They've been here up until 80 years ago, helping clean the water, and now there's definitely a lot of sediment and a lot of stuff floating in the water down there, and the oysters are going to help clean it out. So we're hoping once this population gets going and oysters come back to the harbor's even cleaner. A lot of people have done a lot of work trying to get the whole Boston Harbor area really clean in the Charles River from a chemical standpoint and what people dump in it. But there's still a lot of biological mess, a lot of stuff coming from these combined sewage outflows, and so we're putting the oysters in there, and then we're going back on a regular basis, diving on the population to look at them. And it's pretty cool to be underwater in the Boston Harbor.
Good morning. My name is Anna Maria Frankic, and I'm a faculty professor at Environmental Earth and Ocean Sciences at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. And we are here this morning to help oysters come back to Boston Harbor. My students and I started last summer Green Boston Harbor project, and we are closely collaborating with Andrew J. and his Massachusetts Oyster project. We are trying to address the water quality in Boston Harbor. As you all know, it's been a huge issue for years. And my students and I are thinking, why not having a Boston Harbor clean, that we can not only swim but also eat the seafood from Boston Harbor. And maybe you all are aware that Copenhagen Harbor is the cleanest harbor in the world, and people like swimming and eating the seafood from there. And maybe one day we can have the same conditions in Boston Harbor.
Birthday.